And I want to talk about lunging, the importance of it, why all human beings want to be able to perform this with proficiency, with strength, and with a full range of motion in a multitude of differing positions that are not only going to challenge you to grow better, become stronger, but also to force the body to adapt to something new. Because that's what it's about here at Embody. We're going to help show you how to adapt your body month after month so you can age with strength, with health, and like my clients say, Benjamin Button, they feel like they're aging backwards. What's good? This is Elijah Madison, longtime personal trainer, known as Coach Eli on TikTok and Instagram, close to 2 million followers. And make sure to like and subscribe as I'm growing my YouTube channel now to bring you longer form, in-depth content. Lunging. What is a lunge? A lunge is a foundational pattern of movement. When we're in this position, we have one leg in front of the other. This is called a unilateral position, meaning we're focusing on one leg at a time, versus bilateral would be something like a squat. Bi is 2, so 2 feet, like that, versus one leg in the front, one leg in the back. When we're walking, what is happening? Well, when we're walking, we're in a gait pattern, right? We're in this type of, for a moment in time, we're on one leg. So it's important to be able to keep our balance, right? To be able to train one leg at a time, as we would when we walk. So a lunge is just a very exaggerated form of walking, right? When we do things like this, we're lunging, right? Picking something up, right? We're going like this. Some people, maybe a squat doesn't feel good for your body at the moment, and then you do some type of stance like this, and you're able to then squat, okay? So as long as we're getting that knee to bend, those knee dominant patterns, we're helping our body keep this ability, right? Very important for strength and mobility as we age to be able to stay mobile so we can come onto the ground, right? And get back up. So I'm going to show you how with our own body weight, we can start practicing the lunge pattern and show you some benchmarks to hit when it comes to your lunge. When is it time to progress you, right? If 3 sets of 20 repetitions feels easy, what can we do next? Right? You may have seen things like a rear foot elevated split squat. When someone puts their leg on a bench at a gym and they do their lunge from there. You may have noticed someone doing a forward and back lunge, right? Or maybe just a reverse and back. You may have noticed a side lunge, like so. I'm going to show you how I like to progress my clients and what I've used for years as both an in-person and online trainer to help my clients progress in their lunge pattern, okay? So, by the end of this video, you're going to have a new proficiency of the pattern, which is one of the biggest goals here is proficiency in the patterns, okay? Understanding not just what to do, which is a lunge, but how to execute it for your unique body. And I'm going to give you a roadmap, a game plan to be able to progress yourself, okay? So like a plan to follow to help get you to where you want to be, which is, right? We want to be able to do whatever we want with our body without restriction, with freedom, okay? And so I'm going to show you how to get there with specifically the lunge pattern. So better strength, better awareness, and better wisdom of your body by the end of this video and after you practice the principles that we're teaching here on your own time. Okay, let's get into it. Let's become proficient in this pattern. So, wherever you're at, beginner, intermediate, advanced, it's great to always come back to the foundations and the basics. You might think you're advanced, but really, maybe you're just not as in tune or aware with the pattern as you'd like to be. So that's why you're here, because you're after that embodiment that I like to teach. So let's get embodied into this pattern. So first, we're going to come onto one leg, doesn't matter which side. Okay, get one leg behind us. Okay, now I'm going to invite us to try things. But if something is not feeling right, then you can do on your own time or throughout this video, you can change up the position of your legs to see what feels right. It's going to take some getting used to and practicing to find your unique position. But what I'm going to do is guide you into some of these initial postures. So first is one leg back behind us. Okay, I like to get a pretty good and pretty wide stance here. Some people have issues with this and they like to go a little bit wider. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to go about right here. And then we're going to come down like this as far as you can, but also come forward a little. Okay, so notice how my chest is slightly forward and down instead of too much back up here. Okay, just for the sake of this video, we're going to go a little bit forward and down. Okay, we're going to go about 65, 70% of our force and power and attention is happening on the top leg, the one in front of us. Okay, we want to feel this quadricep burning, right? We want to feel us moving through that. And think of this back leg as it has your back. It's there to support you. So root your feet into the ground. Feel rooted. Okay, feel strong. Feel like you're the root of a tree. This is the trunk of your body. Okay, these are the roots into the ground, the foot into the ground. Okay, you're cement blocked, you're in sand at the beach, you're rooted through the ankle, through the foot, into the ground heel. Feel that stability. Breathe into that stability. Once you find that, okay, allow your foot to splay. I have shoes on for this video right now, but I invite you to do this barefoot. Come down and up. Okay, don't lock out your legs. Keep slight bend in them the whole time. Okay, watch yourself. Are you leaning back? Are you going like this? Okay, remember, get into that slightly forward position. Nice, tall, confident posture. Okay, feeling rooted to the ground and coming back up. Good. Okay, get into the other side. Feel rooted. Notice where your knee is going as you're coming down. Is your knee going to the right? Is it going inward? See if you can just get it to track straight, straight, and return. Another cue is, think of us on train tracks. Right track, left track. Okay, and then when we're in our lunge, we're still on the train tracks. Okay, so your lunge does not need to be both on the same train track like so. You should be able to see that leg back there. Allow your hips, just as if you were standing straight, allow your hips to stay in that same position and then come down into your lunge. If you're having issues with balance, you can simply hold on to something to take the balance out of the equation. Okay, you can simply hold on to something and come in. Whatever we can to get you into the pattern and have it feel strong. You want to feel strong. You want to feel like your form and technique is solid. Okay, and from there, from that foundation, you can move into 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Once you can get 3 sets of 20 repetitions per side and you can rest for 90 seconds before you go to the other leg, that's fine. Then we can progress and move into moving in the pattern. So I like to do, after a stationary lunge, once you can do 3 sets of 20, practice that a couple times a week, then you can progress into reverse lunge. And then you come up like so. So on the reverse lunge, once again, stay rooted through this top leg right here. As I come back, as I'm balancing, I'm hinging back. We'll talk about hinging in another video. And my leg is here. Notice how I didn't move my butt with it right away. No, allow yourself to be a little bit more athletic and come back. Boom. Flow with it. See how I hinged a bit? And then I came forward versus, okay? Keep that 65 to 70% pressure on this top leg as you're even here, as you're here, as you're here. You're staying with it through here and then back up. Notice that? Okay, it's one of the biggest issues I see is people try to go, they stop, can't find their balance, then they go down, right? So there's no need to jump into doing that yet. Okay, get the 3 sets of 20 repetitions down in just the stationary, and now we can move through and make it a bit more dynamic in nature, all right? Same thing on the other side. Breathe. Okay, and good. So we went from stationary to a reverse style lunge, okay? Now, we can go into walking lunges. We can go into a forward lunge. Depending on the person, I usually like to go walking lunge first before trying to go forward and push back, because the pushing back can be a little advanced for the third progression. So I do like to start with a standard walking lunge. Okay, so you can go into your walking lunge. Same thing, take it slow. Okay, take it slow. Look to see where you're gonna land. Okay, I'm not gonna do too much in-depth instruction on every single one of these. I just wanna give you that foundation to go off of and then see what you can do, experiment for yourself, and then we can go into our forward and back. So on these, you can push off the ball of the foot and come back, push off the ball of the foot, come back, push off the ball of the foot, and come. We're not gonna go into the rear foot elevated split squat. We'll save that for another video. We're gonna just do stationary to reverse to walking lunge to forward lunge. For those of you who are having issues with range of motion, okay, maybe you're only able to get really down here without trying to sacrifice form. Remember, we wanna keep that erect, tall posture. We wanna come down here and then back. For those of you struggling with that range of motion, what we can do is practice that stationary lunge until it really starts to open up. And we can even have you stay with the stationary lunge, add some dumbbells in our hands to increase the demand on the body. And we could also even elevate the front foot. But for the sake of this video, if you want, you could get yourself into a pair of dumbbells and then do your split squats here. Okay? And add some weight to it. Once you feel really confident and stable there, once you have that foundational stability and range of motion, then you can move on into those other progressions. So you could do anywhere from a couple weeks of each progression, you know, get up to that 3 sets of 20 reps, add weight to it if you feel like you need that, and then go on to the next progression. This is up for experimentation here. Comment down below if you have questions. Get into the free Facebook group, Embody 360 with Coach Eli on Facebook, and drop some questions in there, okay? So this is how you can progress yourself. The key with training is you want that progression, right? You want to be constantly adding a rep, adding some weight, adding some type of new demand to the body, new stimulus so we can grow and adapt. We don't want to become stale and keep ourselves in the same environment every single day. We must demand more from our body, and that's going to happen with an intention to get better and grow better, using our skills, using our abilities that we have as a human being in our body. So here's some basic teachings today on a lunge pattern, a foundational human movement pattern, a lower body dominant pattern that is a knee dominant pattern. Okay, so find whatever position feels best for you. Back to the part in the video where we talked about rooting the feet into the ground, getting yourself that solid foundation, and then moving and grooving from there. Let me know down below what you thought. Any questions, as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see any other types of videos, if you have some ideas, go ahead, drop that down below as well as I look to build up this channel. Thank you so much. Hope you found value from this, and I'll see you in the next video.